More about that high school rule, J-Rob? That
Yeah, that's crazy.
ain't
Yo,
no
it's
way,
crazy.
bro.
What's good, chat? Welcome to another episode of Open Field. Sorry for the late start. Some of my cast members that tied to the show not here yet. So, we gotta make do what we gotta make do. Shout out to Random for filling in. Hellfire here as always. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. Was able to dodge a technical difficulty today, so I'm
feeling good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. But shit, let's get into it, man. The title of the show, the Boogeyman officially retires. I'm gonna leave the link in the chat. So if anybody wants to chime in for sure, definitely pull up. But with that being said, Aaron Donald officially retires from the NFL after 10 seasons. A very Barry Sanders-esque run, a little different, obviously, with the Super Bowl and things tied to it. However, what are your thoughts on Aaron Donald leaving and of retiring? And not only that, is he the greatest defensive player of all time?
You want to go
at
first?
Least has a case.
I think he has a case.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Hellfire, go first. Hellfire, go first.
Oh yeah, he definitely has a case for it. Just off of his peak alone. The fact that his peak is the majority of his career, not only as like a pass rusher, but as a complete defensive lineman, being able to play whatever position on that defensive line and be a consistent force. He's up there with Lawrence Taylor for me. It's neck and neck. He's definitely got that case. And when it comes to how I feel about him retiring, he felt like it was his time. Gave it his all for another year. Could have retired after that ring if he really wanted to, but he didn't want to leave until he knew it was his time. And hell of a run. He's gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer for sure.
No doubt, for sure. What about you, Random?
I think the way the old heads talk about Lawrence Taylor is the way 20 years from now we're gonna be talking about Aaron Donald. The best defender of his the best defender of his generation. And he's one of those where, like, when you're watching, I understand we look at ESPN kind of sideways, but when you're watching those guys, like, y'all need to watch Aaron Donald, just because I think if he was a straight up defensive end, he may have gotten even more love than he gets now. But since he was a D lineman, and you're watching Jeff Saturday, Ryan Clark, people from all over the space saying you need to watch Aaron Donald and the things that he's going through to just be as great as he is. He's just one of those where for Sean McVay to even get 2 more years out of him after the Super Bowl, because I legitimately think, because I think he said himself he was legitimately going to retire after the Super Bowl, but he decided to keep it going. He made the big play in the Super Bowl because we all saw Jalen Ramsey on his hands and knees watching Jamar Chase run downfield, and that was a touchdown. That was going to be the game, and Aaron Donald said, "Not on my watch." And he's just one of those where, even for me as somebody who watches football a lot, I think I'm gonna like, hey Trent, let me go watch some more Aaron Donald film to just appreciate him more, because the level that he's done, the Barry Sanders-esque thing, he definitely has a case to be the best defender of all time. I personally wouldn't put him there, but I'm not dumb enough to say that he doesn't have a case.
For me, and then Dev, you definitely chime in. For me, I'm still going Lawrence Taylor is the greatest defensive player of all time. Just strictly due to the fact that I think he revolutionized like that edge position. Like the reason why, you know how we have like the prototype for quarterbacks, like there's a certain look for quarterbacks, the 6'5", the what's the word? Prototypical.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the prototypical build.
Yeah. Lawrence Taylor became the model. Like everybody is looking for that. Like Lawrence Taylor was able to dominate the game in a different way compared to I feel like really any defensive player in football. Like Lawrence Taylor was a one-man wrecking crew. He can break an entire game from his influence alone, because nobody really, there's no answer to block him during his run. I think he has an MVP of the league as well. No, am I lying about that?
Yeah, he does.
So to be a defensive player and to have a MVP of the league, like that tells you
he was the last defensive player to win MVP as well.
And that was in the 80s, right?
Yeah, that was back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. That's a different level of dominance you have to say that now. For me, though, I will say Aaron Donald is sitting comfortably at number 2, though. And the reason why I have him, and I'm gonna say this too, for those who probably grew up in this generation of watching football, if they say Aaron Donald's the best they've ever seen, I won't argue them on it either. You know what I'm saying? Just strictly due to the fact that they've never really got to watch Lawrence Taylor, and they watched a 5'11", 6-foot D tackle who's not 300 pounds completely dominate the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I could understand why somebody may say that, but I think Lawrence Taylor is still holding serve as the greatest defensive player of all time. Donald sitting comfortably at 2. I just think Lawrence was. Listen, I don't think we get the Myles Garretts of the world without the Lawrence Taylors. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Myles Garrett wouldn't exist in the game, but I'm saying the way these guys are utilized, I feel like Lawrence Taylor was easily the you feel me? I just think LT is easily number 1.
Well, LT made 2 positions important: the pass rusher and the left tackle, because people didn't realize how important the left tackle was till LT started legitimately causing havoc. And ask Joe Theismann what he thinks about
literally ending career.
Go ask him; he'll let you know.
Hey man, to me, like you said, Gerald, Aaron Donald's my GOAT. I never seen Deion play. I never seen Lil T play. And I seen Showtime say that Reggie Wayne. He said I seen a clip saying Showtime said Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, Deion, and Larry Lewis. He said those 4 are definitive. I'm sorry. Outside of Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Donald is better than those other 3.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
And here's why. And here's not.
I'll take Deion over him personally.
It's the reason why I got Aaron Donald over Deion is the sheer position he plays.
I can understand that too.
It's a sheer position Aaron Donald plays that a defensive lineman can, like you say, the impact of Super Bowl. The D lineman has a way more impact to me than a corner, because like a corner, I don't have to throw you your side. Like even though you sit in a field is like impressive, like I can run the ball. There's other ways I can beat a corner. Whereas a dominant defensive lineman like Aaron Donald, he's legit beating double teams. He's legit getting his teammates assisted. He was getting his teammates paid. He was getting himself paid. It's like his sheer aura, and like how how Steph Curry has that gravity to him. Aaron Donald had that on the football field. So that's why I think he's what makes his greatness so better, and why I take him over a guy like Deion or Aaron Donald as a GOAT defensively, because his sheer dominance, and he's an anomaly. Like they said, a guy should not be 6 foot, under 300 pounds. And I know that he's fast too. He ran like a 4.6, didn't he, in the combine or something like that?
4.6, 4.7.
So, in my opinion, that's the GOAT. If he had one more Super Bowl, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, LT.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I think he's sitting comfortably at 2 just due to his peak. And again, I think what people still have to remember about Aaron Donald that you have to give him his flowers is to lead the NFL in sacks at a D tackle position.
It's crazy.
That's different level shit. Like that. Let's not like this is where we gotta look. Let's just look away from player names and just look about their situation. He's playing D tackle, leading the NFL in sacks, tackles for losses, just completely disrupting the game. And then not only that, being the best run stopper on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not to be the D tackle, be a team best pass rusher, best run stopper, all of those things at once from that position on the defensive line. I mean, I don't know if we'll really ever see that again. Because you got to remember, he won defensive rookie of the year. Was he all pro his second year, first team? And then was never not an all pro since. You know what I'm saying? Like this man spent 10 years, 9 straight seasons on the all-pro team. I mean, I don't know what else you would need to see from Aaron Donald, especially from what the numbers he put up. Now, I love Reggie White and I love Deion as well. And as much as I love Deion, I think if we were just saying flat out football player, maybe I'd lean.
Yeah.
But when we just saying defensive player, purely defense, I don't know if I can securely say Deion. Now, if we talk about overall football player, then I think that's a different conversation, because then we talking about we having a whole different conversation, because at that point, Aaron Donald, he drops way low if we're just talking about flat out football players. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
and also
you can argue that outside of Patrick Mahomes, he's been the most dominant player. Like you can in the league so far. Like Patrick Mahomes started in 2018, but he's been the most dominant player because he's been longer than Patrick Mahomes because he came in 2014. But he's been the most dominant player in the league. Like no one he's wreaked havoc. No one has figured him out. Same thing like with Patrick Mahomes is most dominant now because he's the quarterback. He's like just an anomaly right now. But Aaron Donald, I don't think it's gonna be a long time. He's surely like when you say generational prospect, he's a generational. He's more than a generational player right now. I don't know. He's a historic player.
Who?
Aaron Donald.
No, he's a historic player. He's
more than
generational.
He's more than generational.
I mean, listen. We're literally listen. I have him ahead of Reggie. I have him ahead of Ray Lewis.
Sorry, I'm reading the NFL.com draft prospect profile on Aaron Donald. It
was probably garbage. It's
hilarious.
Hold on.
Here's what they say real quick. All right. So his strengths: quick off the snap, natural leverage, gets under pads, into gaps, good foot athlete, redirects well. And some of his weaknesses: marginal height and frame is nearly maxed out. Hands are more active than strong. Could play with more pop and power. Overpowered in the run game and ground up by double teams. Gets snared and controlled by bigger, longer blockers. Not a two-gap player. Has ideal tweener traits. Lacks ideal length and bend to play outside. They thought he was going to be a special teams player.
That's crazy.
It just shows you how crazy the draft can be.
Yeah, the draft could be crazy. I mean, there's a video of Christian McCaffrey doing his eval, and shit, they didn't think he could run inside zone. They didn't think he could run inside zone.
Crazy, like you think,
how crazy do that sound when you think about it? Like you watch Christian McCaffrey now and coming into college. They was like, well, I don't even think he can run inside zone effectively in the league. So now he's the best back in football.
They said he was a fifth. They said he was a fourth or fifth pick.
So let me ask y'all this question. Shout out to Aaron Donald. Phenomenal career. Second best player. I got him over Ray Lewis. I know that might not be popular with everybody. But I definitely think he's sitting comfortably at number 2. But let's talk about this. Jerry Jeudy gets paid. The poster boy for the Jag community. Inks a $58 million deal, extension over 3 years, $41 million guaranteed. So damn near a $60 million deal over 3 seasons. Almost not fully. I mean, $41 million fully guaranteed, but if he plays well, damn near making close to $20 million a season. Did they overpay for Jerry Jeudy, or do you think they're banking on Jeudy to have a resurgence or finally the emergence, really, that what made him such a heralded draft pick going into?
You could have waited. You could have waited before giving him that kind of money. You could have waited. I don't even think he's arguably the best receiver on his team.
He's not.
So I don't understand why you're willing to give him. I'm looking at like damn near $20 million a season. You're paying him like you're expecting top 10 level production from him.
Yeah, they are expecting.
You don't even have a quarterback.
I almost wonder if they expect Amari Cooper to leave.
Right.
He is getting paid a lot. Cooper is getting paid a lot.
I don't know. Could you get rid of if I'm Amari Cooper, right? And you see the money that Mike Evans just got at his age. Would you not consider testing the market after the year ends?
I would.
And now I'm not saying now Mike Evans is better than him. I want to make sure I clarify that. He's better than him. But I'm talking about the age. You also got to remember Amari Cooper just saw Odell get 18 for a season.
Mm-hmm. And that was our.
So I just want to say I don't think, and nobody say anything before I get in before the J-Rob makes a clown take in the chat. I don't think Amari Cooper is better. I don't think he's better, but I'm just saying you watching the Odells and Mike Evans who are older receivers getting money. I do think a guy like Amari may feel like in his heart he's due to get some of that bread too. So that could be a possibility.
I do got a question for you.
They could be saying that Amari's turning 30. He's going to be his contract year. They may not want to overpay Amari, and they can just tell him that he can leave.
But he's better than Jerry Jeudy, though. I don't know if Judy's that good, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to ask y'all, what would his production have to be this year for y'all to be like, okay, it's kind of valid for
for
you
them
guys
to let him walk.
No. I'm talking about Jeudy for his contract.
Oh, he got to have a K. He got to have a K.
Yep.
At least a K.
60 receptions. 60 is that too low? 60 receptions. Is that
I'm asking 70
70
receptions over a K and at least 5.
I mean, I'm assuming David Njoku. I'm assuming David Njoku is going to do his thing.
now.
Yeah, I'm assuming David Njoku's still going to be able to command because I mean he had a hell of a season. So Amari Cooper was good. Rezel, wait, hold on. Are you about to do some freaked out shit?
No.
I don't say, bro. I don't see a camera, so don't do nothing freaked out.
I was here last week. I didn't do crazy.
Okay,
shit.
I remember him.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, shit. I don't know. I mean, I definitely will say this: Jeudy getting the money he got, little crazy, but shit. Everybody overpays in free agency, though, y'all. Y'all know that.
Yep.
He living off his Alabama resume. I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, I didn't realize Kirk Cousins had one playoff win and got $100 million guaranteed.
He's a second highest. He's a second highest paid player in NFL history. J-Rob. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I'm
second most paid player in NFL history is Kirk Cousins.
But you gotta think that's why I said though the franchise tag for quarterbacks is not bad to play around with if you're a quarterback.
Absolutely.
Because there's what did you say before? There's no middle ground for quarterback.
What he made.
Exactly.
Those 2 years that he got franchise tagged in Washington is a pretty good chunk of that money.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so you got to think what at the time he was getting a $70 million franchise tag. Like that's
they franchise tagged him twice. So that third year he was gonna make like 70 mil.
Like, come on.
And they were like, we just can't do it. And that's when the Vikings come up like, hey, here's 4 years, $80 million fully guaranteed. He said bet, and then they obviously they restructured. They did an extension after that.
Yeah, so I think that's crazy. Hey, so I think that's a little crazy. Let me ask you this though: another player signs a deal. Chase Young to New Orleans. Is that a needle mover?
No.
Not really. I don't. And they he just had a neck procedure today.
He said no.
Yeah, come on now.
He just got a neck procedure today too, when he's out till training camp, and they still were like, "We're okay giving you $13 million guaranteed." I understand it's only for 1 year, but so then he better hit the training camp and the season running then, because you're paying this guy like he's a top pass rusher.
New Orleans and Pittsburgh. When I see New Orleans or Pittsburgh getting an Ohio State player, it's got to depend on the name of the player because it's not always a needle mover. It's like they have fetishes for Ohio State players.
I think my only issue with Chase Young, because I think he's actually really talented still. I think he can be a great pass rusher in the NFL. My only issue with him is
the motor.
Is his motor. Yeah, to me, if you watch some of the film, you watch the All-22, he takes some plays off. He do. Because he has the ability, because he has all the physical tools to be a dominant pass rusher in the NFL. I just think outside of health, the other thing for me with him is really just your motor, man. You just gotta go. You gotta bring it every play.
Because he was having a good rookie year too before he got hurt. And
some of that might be conditioning, bro. Like maybe you gotta focus more on your conditioning in the offseason. You know, like it might you gotta I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It ain't easy being 6'4", 260, 270 walking around with that, but he has more energy on the sidelines than the field. Chill. I just think he needs to work on that motor for sure. There's a topic though, but since we're here, it's only the few of us in here. It's a topic I've been thinking about because it's something that we're going to talk about tomorrow on the press box. I think it's going to be a crazy debate, but I think we could preview it here. So, speculation. I've heard speculation that the Vikings, there's some notable teams that are going to try to move up into that top 4, top 5. I think, and obviously with the Patriots getting Jacoby Brissett, maybe now I'm not hellfire. I don't know what y'all finna do. I don't know what y'all gonna do. I don't know. I'm just saying with them signing Jacoby, maybe they be looking for next year's draft to maybe have more resources to bring in a young quarterback to take over. You might want to stockpile a wide receiver, O-line, and things like that. I
expect this to be 2 years before we get before we go bring somebody.
So it might be one of those things where you might be stockpiling to bring a kid in for, to have the best situation. But here's my thing about all this trading up. Vikings, Raiders, potentially. Because, somebody might want to move down with the Cardinals. That's just the reality of it because they're at 4. Somebody may feel like we can give you a wide receiver right now, and then you could get another wide receiver at one of these later rounds because this is a loaded draft at that position. All of this is said to potentially go get JJ McCarthy. Do y'all think somebody's going to trade up to get JJ McCarthy? Or is JJ McCarthy smoke and mirrors for one of these other quarterbacks, maybe a Michael Penix or a Bo Nix potentially?
Well, this is draft season, right? So everybody lying anyway. You think you toxic? Wait till NFL teams play during NFL teams talk during draft season. Jordan Schultz from Bleacher Report said the Giants are meeting with JJ McCarthy, and I believe Washington is flying out to Ann Arbor before his pro day to have dinner with him.
And Minnesota scheduled a private workout.
So for somebody who we were talking about, maybe he's a late first round or maybe second round guy, guy to shoot up this high. I don't see why you would run a smoke screen around that when you can just get Penix at the end of the first round anyway. Why would you do that?
But my problem is the value. What if my problem is you got to remember somebody don't always know where they really value a certain player at. And that's the problem. Like, for example, I'm going to say this random. The way that we're talking about Michael Penix, that he's going to be a late first round, whatever. I think there's a team out there that's loving that. I bet you that's loving it because that means they don't got to trade up, trade down. They may hold pat right where they're at. Maybe at 12, like maybe the Broncos is looking at Michael Penix and their only thing they might be worried about is somebody going to go up to trade for him or JJ, but they might be thinking in their head, hey, we might fall and get Michael Penix because obviously his physicals did come out all right. And I think for most draft scouts that I've watched, most draft scouts think of the more pro-ready guys who can probably come in and be decent with the lowest, the highest floor. Most people think it's Penix, you know what I'm saying? So he might be able to fit into a Broncos situation at what are they at 12? They're drafting at 12.
I want to say it's Broncos at 12, Minnesota's at 11. So as far as whether or not I think this is a smokescreen, no. And there's a certain reason for it.
Go for it.
It's because JJ McCarthy is by a few months the youngest prospect in this draft with the questionable amount of reps and his inexperience. They're turning McCarthy into what AR-15 was last year. Athleticism, potential, limited reps due to situation, and they feel like with that whichever team wants him, you feel like they could develop him and turn him into something that's better than what people think. And I could definitely see Minnesota or the Giants trading up to 4 to get McCarthy.
You know,
if they are liking him that much.
Yo, can I just say something?
That's crazy.
I've learned from my Uncle Chill that honestly, it's okay to choose violence. And I don't have nothing better to do at this moment. So I'm just choosing violence for once.
That's crazy.
To Brandon Cass in the chat. When you wake up in the morning ready to sniff my jockstrap every time I get on this show, you know, I think it's hilarious because, you know, when you comment on me, it's clear that you don't even listen to me. You just don't like me. And I'm okay that you don't like me. Because you have to wait till every Tuesday where it's where the members chat is off. So you don't pay for Players Choice. You have to wait till the regular members, just the subscribers, can speak in the chat to be heard and get your 10 minutes of fame from me every day. Now, I don't think about you on a daily basis, but you're always here on the open field days to sniff my jockstrap like usual. And it's funny because I knew it was real when one time I said something that I agreed with what you said in the chat, and you still found a way to just disagree because I said it. So clearly, you know, you have wet dreams about me. And I get it, bro. It's cool to have wet dreams about your favorite W host on Players Choice. But the thing is, all I said about Michael Penix was maybe somebody might want him. I didn't say what I thought about him. I asked a question to my peers, hoping to get a response of what they thought. But because my meat is so far down your throat on a consistent basis, it's so far down your throat, it's affecting your ability to hear. It's crazy. And so, I usually try to ignore because it's the right thing to do. But at the end of the day, we are allowed to have a dialogue. I didn't make a take. I asked a question. And if me asking a question you don't like sounds like a dumb take, then, buddy, you don't have to watch me every single time we up here. You wait for a notification to see if we're live to come up here and sniff my jock. And for weeks I don't say shit.
Easy, Hellfire. Let him cook. Hellfire, let him cook. Hellfire, let him cook.
Weeks, I really don't respond to you too often because it doesn't really matter. But the truth of the matter is I really wonder how far of a loser that you have to be to wake up every morning, wait for a certain person to be on a show to talk about him every week. So yes, you want the spotlight. I'm going to give you this moment for the spotlight, brother, to talk about what a loser you are. Because the fact that you are such a loser really makes me think you should go outside, bro. Touch some grass. Get a girlfriend. Go on a date, bro. Go see a movie. Find something that makes you happy. But to come up here every week to taste the flavor of my underwear every week, it's absurd. It's absurd. So I just hope one day you can find Jesus. I hope one day you find God, find what makes you happy, King. Because you really just bitter. You look in the mirror and have to look at yourself every day, and that makes you upset. And I'm sorry, I understand why you feel that way. But if you woke up every morning and hated the way you looked, I could understand why you got more energy from me every day. And I hope you find God, bro. Maybe call your mom. Talk to your parents. Tell them what's going on, that you're such a hater all the time, that you're so upset, So I want to get back to football, but I learned from my Uncle Chill that sometimes you gotta just give them what they want. So I'm giving you what you want. You jock sniffer. Anyway, back to football, fellas. Back to football. Jesus. Look, and this guy is so triggered. I mean, listen, my voice hasn't gone up an octave, brother. Listen, you got to remember, Brandon Katz, I get paid regardless if you show up. So, yeah, I'm getting paid to call you a loser. I'm living great. Remember that. It's pretty easy, man. Like, I can talk shit about you for 2 hours. Shit. I profited off of talking shit about you for 2 hours. You jock sniffer. It is what it is, King. But anyway, back to football. Hellfire. Let's get back to football. Talk to me about the Patriots in the future. You said it's a two-year plan? A 2-year plan?
Yeah, I got sent to the gulag on this on Thursday, but I think we need to take a 2-year approach.
Okay, talk to me about the approach.
Take this year.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to get Marvin Harrison Jr. at 3 instead of trade back, personally, because the allure of having somebody that impactful as a pass catcher, like regardless of your quarterback, I don't want that to be passed up on. Like, I want that to be the message of this is going to be a different franchise. We need to take it seriously when it comes to high level talent. But outside of that, I've said we need to get 3-4 wide receivers to draft, a depth piece at running back, and a depth piece at tight end. Because outside of Hunter Henry and Ramondre Stevenson, the depth isn't really there.
Now, here's my question to you and random as well, because y'all are Patriots fans. Do y'all believe that they're going to give the head coach that level of patience to go through that process and those growing pains? Because, you can have a great defense and y'all may just only – because I think y'all still be good defensively. I truly do. I think y'all be still a great defensive football team. But y'all might only win 8 games, 6, 7 games for the next. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go through those growing pains after what happened with Belichick. So do you think they will have the the patience with the head coach.
I think you have to at this point. With everything that you obviously you draft Mac, and J-Rob, you and I will always be simpatico on this. What Bill Belichick did to Mac Jones, and I'm not saying Mac Jones is going to be great. It's something you see in like the 70s, not in 2023. Okay. Yeah. Like you don't draft, you don't. I get you want to get your boy back in there, you want to get him paid and all that, but man, make him a D-line coach or something. Don't have him coach your O-line and call offensive plays.
Yeah.
So you got to do all that. This isn't the first time they've had a lot of money like this. Hellfire can tell you about the spending spree they had 2 years ago. They go get Jonnu Smith, they go get Hunter Henry. They were spending money out the wazoo, which is something he's never done before.
And it didn't work.
And it didn't work. So I think I'm always going to be like, look, I'd rather get the quarterback than build around him. But Marvin Harrison is somebody they've never had. They've never drafted somebody like that. And the closest thing that they had was Randy Moss.
Right.
And for 2.5 years,
for Randy Moss, and I know somebody out there's probably going to say, "What about Josh Gordon?" Josh Gordon was cooked by the time he got to the Patriots.
Wait. Can I say something like this? Can I say something? Wait, let me ask y'all this though. Now, look, this is my whole thing too. What if are the Patriots in business for looking for a stopgap? Maybe they're eyeing the situation in Pittsburgh, seeing if that quarterback in Pittsburgh has a great season. Then put him. This signs an extension. This signs an extension.
We're on the same wavelength over here because I said we should have signed Russell Wilson to this 2-year deal for him to be the quarterback while we're doing all this, and then tell Russ wanted to.
I don't think Russ wanted to go there. If I'm being 1% honest, I don't think most people want to go to New England with. You're looking.
No, the attractiveness is gone.
No, he's not. We didn't sign Mike Williams. The Jets
no way.
No, please.
They hadn't.
Okay, hold on. Let J-Rob find that out. But the only reason I'm saying why he wouldn't,
fellas, I'm listening.
Yeah, why I say most people don't want to. And I don't even think Russell Wilson want to go there because I think he understands that Pittsburgh. First of all, Pittsburgh's a better situation, and
we signed him for $15 million. $15 million for one season.
He's going to be out by week 3. Somebody pray for J-Rob.
Mike Williams, $15 million for the season.
I'm sorry.
Coming off an ACL. What are we doing? What? Up to $15 million?
Hey, somebody in the country.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused, bro. Like Mike Williams when is the last time Mike Williams has played a healthy season of football? Since he's entered the league.
Clemson.
And we're gonna give him $15 million for the one season?
What was that one year when they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead? I think he played with the majority of that season.
Does this mean we're drafting Brock Bowers?
I think you still need linemen, don't you?
At that point, if you guys are drafting Brock Bowers, then you need to keep him off that inline.
Oh, my God. Now, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now. All right, y'all. Mike Will is an upgrade from Allen Lazard 100%. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. My issue with this Mike Will situation, Chad, has nothing to do with Mike Williams' ability to stretch the field. We all know he's a great deep threat. We know he got the talent. But he does not stay healthy. Like, it's just the truth. I don't think he's played one healthy season of
What
NFL
is it that
football.
we say about certain players in the NBA? He's made of glass.
Like, he has the draft for Malik Neighbors and Rome Odunze in it. I hope we're drafting one of them too. I hope we're going for it.
They need to.
I hope we're going for it now.
I mean, he visited there today too. They didn't let him leave the building.
Just praying for his health. What scares me is his health, bro. It does. I really don't remember the year he played a full healthy season. I love Mike Williams' talent. I think he's a much better upgrade from Allen Lazard, no doubt about it. If he was healthy, I would love it. I would be loving this right now. But he's coming off an ACL, like 15 mil. I would have rather get that. If we would have signed Odell Beckham Jr. for $15 million, I would have been way easier dealing with that. At least I know at least I know OBJ stayed some sort of level of healthy, and he
right.
can still get
Or
open.
what if you
He
guys
can still
signed
catch the
Hollywood
football.
Brown for $15 million?
Oh my God!
So
we didn't want to
J-Rob,
trade. I would have rather traded the 10th pick for T. Higgins
Or Brandon Ayuk.
Or Brandon Ayuk. If this is what we were going to do, hold on, let me just do this super chat. Shout out to Drink More Water with the $10 super chat. I think the Lions have had the best offseason so far. They plugged up most of their holes on the DL with Davenport and Reeder, along with getting stronger on the O-line with Zeitler. If they get a cornerback, they are my favorite next year. Yeah, I was about to say they need to find somebody to get.
They need to trade up to get
Cam
Quinyon
Sutton.
Mitchell if they can't get Snead.
Or get Cooper.
Yep, that too.
Or get Cooper DeJean. I mean, I don't know if they had the best offseason because I'm going to be honest. I thought their O-line was already good. I think the D-line, definitely, I think they need to get some more pressure on the D-line, but they haven't addressed that secondary, to be honest.
No,
I think that I was going to say.
They got Carlton Davis.
All that they've gotten in that secondary
Wait,
is
they got Carlton Davis?
because you've still got Emmanuel Mosley, and like I said, Carlton Davis is a CB2.
Look,
he's not a CB1.
And he's very much like a hands-on guy. He's very much a CB2. You're not putting him in a situation where he has to shadow the best player all game. You're not doing that with him.
Nuh-uh.
You're not. So
I think, well, the fact that they let CJ, because they let him go, right? They let him go test the market.
They did, yep.
So, I mean, I see why. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Oh, and speaking of CD Deuce, he's going to be a corner for Philly.
Again?
They moved him off of safety, yeah.
Yo, we dead gave this man $15 million, bro.
I'm sorry, J-Rob. Hold up. First of all, I know one day I don't think you ever want to talk about. There's a lot of obviously McCall Hardman talking mess about your squad. Your quarterback might be a vice presidential candidate. Now your Jets are signing Mike Williams, even though I'm looking at his track record. So obviously.
Let me look at his seasons. Maybe I'm overreacting.
No. Here, I got you. I got him for you pulled up. So last season he only played 3 games, right? But the year before that he played.
Welcome to New York, Mike. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I should stay out your pockets.
Yeah. So the year before that he played 13 games, 894 yards, 4 touchdowns. The year before that he played all 16 with 1150 yards and 9 touchdowns. Then he played 15. He played 15, 15, 16, 13, then 3. See, he actually has been a lot healthier than people think. It's just that maybe his production has not. His production has not followed.
I'm a chill off Mike Will. Welcome to New York. 6'4" wide receiver, deep threat, speed. I'm a relax, Mike. I'm a relax, Mike. Because if my agent could give me 15 off the ACL, I'm cashing into. I'm sorry about my reaction. I'm sorry about my reaction, Mike. Welcome to the Jets, baby. Let's get right.
No, to get back to
all I'm asking is just catch that pill, baby. I don't care, bro. Just catch that rock, and I'm good, Mike. I'm good, Mike. Go be great. You got Aaron Rodgers throwing you the rock, bro. Go be great. These are gonna be some of the best deep passes you've ever got in your career. You had Justin Herbert. Let's get it. Let's go win this fucking division.
Well, do you want to go back to the Patriots discussion, or do you want to keep going with what your Jets are now looking like?
No. Let's get back to the Pats.
So I actually had a wish list of targets that I want us to get outside of Marvin Harrison Jr. If we could get like a Ricky Pearsall, Roman Wilson, even Xavier Legette, and that all those guys in that 3rd, 4th round range, because I'd love for us to be able to get Ladd at 34.
I like Ladd, bro. He's going to be great.
I really want us to get Ladd at 34. I just don't know if he's going to be available, so we may have to trade up to get him, which I'm cool. I would give somebody in the mid-20s.
You really don't want 8, but you wouldn't take 80 Mitchell over Ladd? 80 Mitchell could be. Come on, bro. Like AD could be, he might be a one for 10 years.
Yeah.
So okay. Might. So are you trying to get a whole new receiving room?
Yes, I am. Rieger needs to be gone.
You have to. You have to.
Horton needs to be gone, and Keyshawn Boutte needs to be gone. All 4 of them gone. Boutte could have had a chance to stay, but he decided to gamble away his money and decided to be an idiot instead of try to focus on the football field.
That's still wild, by the way.
Yes, it is. It's
what a story.
1,000% ridiculous. Tyquan Thornton, I'm sorry. We drafted you just off the speed, off of your 4.29 40 or whatever it was
40,
that you ran.
That don't matter.
Nope.
That doesn't matter.
Nope. The man has no hands. He has no routes. And quite frankly, he ain't durable.
Facts.
And we have a guy that's speedy like that. If we really want to put him out there offensively, and Marcus Jones, like I love
Marcus Jones is nice.
Package 2 years ago. Like that gave us speed, man.
So hold on. So okay, then Hellfire, I'm gonna ask you this because you pay way more attention to your team than I do. So how much? So you legitimately believe in this 2-year plan because you want Shedeur next year. That's what you're trying to get, a Shedeur as the quarterback next year.
No.
So who do you want then?
Well, he's saying 2 seasons. No, he's saying this year and he's saying this season and next season.
So you're trying to get Arch? Is that who you're trying to get? Arch Manning?
He's trying to get Arch Manning. Yeah.
You trying to get Arch Manning?
No, he's trying to get. No, I know who he's trying to get. He's trying to get Nico.
Nico. Arch,
he said
like
shit.
that.
Nico,
like that kind
Arch.
of that draft class is my target.
DJ Lagway that. You know who might be a sleeper? I'm gonna give you a kid out of Kansas State. What's his name? Avery Johnson out of Kansas State. He's gonna be damn good up going into that draft class.
DJ Lagway. He's the guy. I know he's not going to be draft eligible for a couple of years, but or a few years, but that
because he'll probably be starting as a true. He might be the starter at Florida.
He needs to start in Florida. Graham Mertz needs to get told to get on the bench.
Yeah, facts.
Like he needs to get told to get on the bench.
Okay, Hellfire. So now you got this 2-year plan. All right, this is the first. Was it? I forget his name. What's his name? Your coach. What's your coach's name?
Yeah, it's the first year for Gerard Mayo. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gerard Mayo, the first black coach New England's ever had. Right, coming off, he's the guy that replaces.
Yo, shout out to Robert Kraft, man.
Yeah, he's the guy that replaces Bill Belichick. No matter what you think about him, that's still a big shadow to. And you really think he can survive 2 years when, when Robert Kraft? Maybe because when he came in, he immediately found success by going to the Super Bowl with Bill Parcells and finding the greatest dynasty. You really think he's going to be?
He had that ideology instilled a little bit with Pete Carroll.
Yeah, but you really think he's going to be that patient? Because he was
patient with Belichick.
Yeah,
Belichick was winning in the beginning.
Belichick had the ultimate.
Ultimate what? He lost in Cleveland.
No. But listen. This is what I mean with Bill. Bill had every time Robert Kraft would say something, Bill Belichick look at everything I've done for you.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning before Brady when he had
New England drafted Joe Alt.
No,
if they drafted Joe Alt at 3, I'll be crying.
That's such a New England.
If New England goes and drafts a tackle, that actually will put a slight bit of a step back towards what I think we need to do as far as drafting one that early. I would like for us to use one of our day 2 pieces and go and get an offensive lineman, especially one that could be versatile because we're moving Onwenu to tackle on the right side officially. Like that was officially done. But back to the topic at hand.
Do you really think Kraft will be that patient? Like, you really think he'll be that patient when you're talking about?
See, the Kraft and Belichick dynamic, the patience was forced.
Yeah, he had to, especially after Brady left.
Oh no, I'm talking still with Brady. That patience was still forced.
Okay, I mean. I've talked about it, and I'll argue with anybody. It's Brandon. It's important. That's why I mentioned it. All right, let me stop.
It's important.
J-Rob already gave you your lashings. I don't need to.
Yeah, but I get why you mentioned it. It's important because of the market that he's in. I definitely understand it.
It's absolutely important.
It is absolutely important with the market that he's in. Now, what I feel like is with him being able to replace Belichick, I feel like he's going to give him leeway based off of the dynamic that they've had because, like I said, he was career-long Patriot, retired, and he was a coach for a good bit of the time that that was between his retirement and now. He was a defensive assistant, part-time defensive coordinator, and he was able to build on that repertoire with the front office. And
wasn't he the heir apparent? Wasn't he tagged so other teams couldn't get him?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. They had already promised him that he was going to get that job. Like that was already set.
So
which is something that I feel like would not have been done if there wasn't going to be any form of leeway.
So Hellfire. So let's go. Let's just say the Patriots do your 2-year plan, all right? Which means right now they are the worst team in the division, no matter even with everything that's going on with the Bills. I'm worried that by the end of the 2-year plan, Kraft is going to look at draw because that's 3 years. You're giving. He has one season now to really put it all together, and I'm worried that I don't think Kraft's gonna give him that kind of leverage, especially if they crash out. And we're talking, they're one of the worst teams in the league again. Kraft really does not know a lot about losing when he's been an NFL owner.
No, he really does not. And I get the concern. So, I really do. But at the same time, I feel like, and I hope, based off of everything that has come out, that they also understand that they are in zero position to rush this. None, nilch, nada. They are in no position, especially with the way that team was left.
Bro, just shut the fuck up. Get out of my chat, bro. Bro, just watch me. Just watch me from a distance, King. Just watch. Just spend your days. Wake up at your miserable job and watch me on here every day. But we don't gotta listen to you talk every day. But you can watch.
No, but I feel like I really hope that they know deep down that they're in no position just because of the state of what the support is. Like, it was already established that they knew that Belichick screwed up. Because just before the end of it, just before it came to a halt, they wanted to give Mac every chance that he had or possible with anything that could potentially be better as a coach. And Belichick was just in the way. Because everything that happened this year for us offensively, that was more Belichick, less O'Brien. Because O'Brien wanted to have a couple of different schematic changes. And I have a feeling deep down that O'Brien also wanted to have Cunningham featured, but he wasn't able to. I can't confirm or deny that was what he wanted to do. But when ownership is pleading for you to give the man that you invested in,
so we blaming Belichick for trying to save Matt's career.
Dude, Belichick wasn't trying to save him.
Dude, Belichick was out here sabotaging. What are we talking about?
Like, that's what I'm sitting here trying to tell you. Those last 2 years were consistent acts of sabotage.
He said we're consistent acts of sabotage.
Like, yes. Once again, Duke, tell me Mahomes would not be Patrick Mahomes if a coach did what they did to Mac Jones.
No, Patrick Mahomes would not be Patrick Mahomes.
You'd be like, God, if they just gave him, I don't know, somebody who could call offensive plays correctly, you'd be like, Patrick Mahomes would be great. But legitimately, something that doesn't happen, this is modern era football. J-Rob, if I walked into your crib right now, right? I know and you're like, Luther, I want you to build me a new deck for my crib.
Right.
I want you to build me a new deck for my crib.
Brother
and
Luther,
I'm like,
I need a deck.
And I'm like, all right, bro. But then you hear just because we cool, you're like, all right, but I ain't never took no architecture classes. I don't know how to mix cement. I don't even know what granite to get. And your girl walk up like, what the hell is this? What I've done.
Right.
And it's and that's the problem here. That's going to be a black stain on his resume.
Yeah, it wasn't just
that's why I keep trying to tell y'all, Andy Reid is coming for Belichick, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this coach conversation is going to get ugly.
And when we talked about that, we were on the same
it's going to be a convo. It's going to be a convo. He 3P.
Yeah, like when we were talking about that, we were on the same wavelength then too, because like if we're talking Belichick, we have to talk everything. We can't just we can't just leave
not offensively, Duke. You don't know football offensively. You don't know football offensively.
So,
and he's more of a
Patricia don't know some
than anything.
Nah, Dookie, you being a troll.
No, Patricia
trolling. He's trolling.
I know he's trolling, but come on, bro.
He gotta be trolling because he said Patricia.
Patricia does not know football. Patricia had wide receivers banging into each other's knees, running routes. Okay, that man does not know football.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Bill don't clear no more, man. He's in treacherous territory now. It's becoming a conversation, y'all.
That we're here
having
this conversation.
Listen, y'all. Listen, when we judge coaches, whether it be NBA, NBA, NFL, any of that, college, you're gonna think about what they were at their best when they had their best players, and you're gonna have to judge them when they had to make it work with a smorgasbord of players. You feel me? Like, that's a part of your legacy, bro. Yes. Like, we're always going to remember, like, Andy Reid went to 4 NFC championships with Donovan McNabb and the Eagles. He took Alex Smith, because them Eagles team he has were more talented, but he took Alex Smith, who did not throw a single touchdown pass to a wide receiver.
I was
took that to the playoffs.
It happened.
Yo, and took that to the playoffs, bro. You gotta put some respect on Big Red's name. You gotta put respect on his name.
The problem is, and when I had this conversation, when we had this debate,
I know it's Bill. I know it's Bill, y'all. But come on, Bill's not.
Like, please, this is coming from somebody who's followed it more than you. Respectfully,
this is his life, y'all. This is his team.
Yes. Temper the Bill Belichick clears conversation. Temper it down a bit, because
it's his fault. It's his fault.
A good bit of his legacy towards the back half of the 2010s to today is his fault. Like, I'm sorry.
It is.
It really is.
The fact that 2018 team ended up winning the Super Bowl is crazy. When you go look at that
yo,
team.
Reiner, that's wild. Reiner, that's wild.
No, the thing
Reiner,
that's
tough.
Hold up, Reiner. The thing that Andy Reid has over Belichick is his versatility. The fact that he's been able to make a successful winning team with a variety of situations and quarterbacks work is amazing. Now, the problem is after Brady left. After Brady left, 2020, we're gonna give that to you, bro. You didn't really have anything. 2021, you get a quarterback, you go to the playoffs. All right, you want J-Rob. Any other team would be like, okay, let's build on this. Okay. No, Bill Belichick's like, oh no, I just lost Josh McDaniels. How about let's just find anybody who could call offensive plays?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Let's just find.
Hey,
this ain't that hard.
Ryan.
I did it before. No, you haven't, Bill.
A year earlier, but Belichick refused to give complete offensive schematic control.
And you know what else pissed me off, Chad? Like, Chad, y'all being nasty, like Reiner, Duke. Y'all don't want to be honest about it, but like, y'all going to defend Bill when he was pushing Tom out the door. Y'all know that, right? For Jimmy G, y'all. Like, how y'all letting that slide? Like, how do y'all let that slide?
All Tom did was go to 3 straight Super Bowls and win them 2. That's all he did, and still pushed him out.
He was pushing Tom Brady out the door for Jimmy G. Y'all like, we know what Jimmy G. Like, what?
You know what? And to this day, I don't blame Brady for going above Belichick's neck for that. I don't.
Me neither. I'm going to the principal.
I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to the principal office, bro.
Congratulations, Duke.
Last pass was a pick six. You nasty, Duke. Duke is trolling. He's trolling. He gotta be.
It's one thing to want someone familiar with the playbook, but it's another to want somebody who former players have gone on record to call him a bitch.
Facts.
Remember when Jimmy G missed the time in 2016 when Brady was suspended?
Yeah.
Players like Julian Edelman
called him straight out on his pod. Called him straight out and said, "Look, I'm out here with shooting up my shoulder, and you got a little knee thing. You can't play." Jacoby Brissett, who been there 3 months? J-Rob, he's been there 3 months.
Played a whole start with like a torn
broken thumb.
Smells like straight. Oh, he said smells like straight. You ever see that episode of with what's that sketch show that they look who's here talking about? Yeah, what's goody gang? What's goody family?
What's up, Bama?
Look actually, now that you hear it, you know what? Let's talk about some Alabama stuff real quick. So we were just talking about how they overpaid for that Jerry Jeudy. Do you believe Jerry Jeudy? Oh, you don't think they overpaid? Go
ahead and lie, Bama. Go ahead and lie.
So what are your thoughts on Jerry Jeudy
Bama.
going to the Browns? And do you think he's a Jag, or do you think that was a product of his situation?
Lie to the people, Bama. Go ahead and lie to the people.
Yo, come on.
So,
bro.
I will say this. Duke, I can't say he's not just a guy, bro.
He fighting for his life right now, J-Rob.
I'm not saying that, he's just all world. I feel like this. He's definitely underachieved. Underachieved completely. Because first off, Biletnikoff Award winner. You know what I'm saying? We've seen his body of work for his running routes.
Facts.
All right. His hands always been shaky. I will give you that. Tua used to have to cuss him out. Like, he used to drop free.
You had Tua cussing you out? That's crazy.
All right, Sean. So, I just think sometimes you just need to change the scenery, bro. Denver, cold. Sure. He a Florida boy. Granted, Ohio probably not no better. But him being with Amari Cooper, so if you guys don't understand one thing, Bama is really what Nick Saban had built over there was kind of magical. He made it a brotherhood to where Julio used to come back and talk to Cooper and them, and then when Cooper came, he'd come back and talk to the other guys. Right. So it's a lot of tutelage there because me and Trent do a lot of interviews with some of them guys, and at certain schools, some of them dudes don't even go back. Like they come and talk sometimes, but with Nick Saban environment that Nick Saban harbor at Alabama, I feel like it's unmatched at other places, kind of like a big brother type system. So when you go from having guys like Julio and all of that, and in the NFL, we all know this, the NFL is, at this point, it's a job. So it's up to you to continue to keep that drive, that hunger, that will to be better. That's solely up to you. When you go to places like Denver, this is post-Manning, Russell Wilson probably going through whatever he going through. It's really no veteran or leadership there to, hey, bro, this is how you be a professional. So when you got young guys like Jerry Jeudy, that's pretty skilled, pretty gifted, it almost gets to a point to where it's like, I don't want to hear that shit no more. And then they fall off and they go on this path to where he ended up at. We saw where Jerry Jeudy ended up at, y'all. Y'all watch Jerry Jeudy. Come on, the what he showed us to get drafted in the first round is nothing to what he showed us his stint in Denver. So I feel like being there with big bro Amari Cooper now, Florida boy just like him.
Same school.
I feel like he is going to – now, is he just finna hop into these top 10 conversations? Nah, but where he is as a bottom 60 receiver, that's not fucking Jerry Jeudy.
Is he better than Noah Brown right now?
Not right now. But after this season, he better than all of them. I'm assuming. Let's just assume he does what he needs to.
Yeah.
I feel like he easy. Guys like Noah Brown and what's my other boy over there that went to Auburn. Even though he a jump ball fiend, I fuck with him, but fuck him. He went to Auburn. Number 12. I fuck with him. I like him. Number 12.
What
team? Texans.
Oh, Nico
Collins.
I
feel like he can be better than all of those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like football is mental, y'all. I'm sorry. It's a mental game, man. And if you ain't got it up here, bro, you just ain't got it. I don't care what routes you run. So.
Yeah, I think.
But Nico's a dog, though.
Issue is
he is. But Jeudy is too, though.
What do you think about the contract, Bama? What do you think about the contract? J-Rob, you still have the numbers for him?
Pretty much you're getting $58 million if he plays out the full potential of the contract.
At this year, Rob, man, somebody got to get paid. Bro.
No, I said it. You're going to.
They don't want to pay no running backs, bro.
They're going to overpay for wide receivers. A premium position now. It is. I'm like. We're in a passing league.
And like I said, J-Rob, I think there's the potential of if Jeudy ends up performing up to par, where the organization may feel like they could let Amari Cooper go. This year's his contract year. If they feel like Amari Cooper is going to demand too much, they could just say, let Amari Cooper test the market, and we can let Jeudy slide up to the top role, or potentially we find somebody to keep Jeudy as a 2.
Right.
So, hey, how about this, though? I will say this, too, though. Objectively speaking, I don't think Jeudy is a number 1. That might be the issue, too. Sometimes in the NFL, when we get these great talents, remember, Alabama had 4 receivers. They called them the rideouts.
Right.
They had 4 receivers. And if you look at even in the season where Jeudy won the Biletnikoff, Smitty had like 1,100 yards, I believe. 1,200.
Yeah.
So he was always in the shadows.
Yep.
He was always in the shadows. So it's like he went from a system where it was just wide open. You go out there, spread offense. They even had Irv Smith. So even when you're tight end out there, the field is just so spread it out to where you get drafted in the first round, then they put these expectations on you. And he just didn't fill up to that receiver. I mean, I understand, bro. I don't really just throw somebody out just because they're not a receiver 1 or a QB 1. I try to see like where could they fit, right? You know, even I do this with Jared Goff and them guys. Like, yeah, maybe they might not be elite, but what they do is they could have it to where your team is in a championship or a Super Bowl if you improve upon these. We even talked about this random with Mac Jones. Is Mac Jones his all-world quarterback? Is he this franchise changer? But he has a skill set where you really could win a championship with a Mac Jones. Like, would he be the driving force? I'm not saying that, but if you build around what he's good at, he won't hurt your team, if that makes sense. So
the Chargers really have 2 receivers left in there on their depth chart. They about to draft.
They definitely drafted one. Yeah, they probably drafted the league.
They definitely need to draft one. Is I think it's Quentin Johnston, Josh Palmer.
That's it.
And
that's it.
I thought they had.
Nope, he's gone too.
I'm saying there's 2 other young names on that Chargers depth chart right now.
Maybe they're on the futures contracts, but according to maybe they're on futures.
So why y'all really tripping off the lack of Chargers receivers? Because if you look at Justin Herbert's like passing yards, he had more passing yards passing to
Guyton and Darius Davis is the other one. So there's 3.
I mean, first things first, let's get him a full receiver room, right? True. And then let's see what happens. But does that mean, are we looking at the Chargers going receiver heavy in their picks?
Bro, they got to take neighbors.
No,
they got to take neighbors.
If you're trotting Quentin Johnson out there as
Bowers, or you can take Bowers.
Oh, okay. Okay, you take Bowers. Maybe you get another receiver. But if your best receiver right now, obviously, because I'm only saying his name because we don't know how those guys will play. If your best receiver right now is Quentin Johnson, let me stop playing. Your best receiver is Josh Palmer.
Facts.
And you're trying them out there as your best receiver right now, and you're trying to, and like J-Rob and Riddell and everybody else on press box be saying, I'm the guy trying to give him some grace. You're like, we need to see a playoff win.
Bro, he's year 5, bro.
Look,
y'all don't
take away his weapons.
It's not about that. Listen, bro. It's not about that. He's a top 3, top 5. That's what they tell me. That's what they've been telling us. Top 5, top 3. If you are that caliber of a player, you have a different. You are at a different pedestal than your contemporaries. You don't have the same expectations as Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins is getting more money than you right now. But Kirk Cousins, in most of our eyes, is a top 8 to 15 level quarterback, depending on what year he is. And so because of that, even though he's getting a bag on a bag, but it's a new regime. And this is again, Santo, this is why I'm sorry. This is why I got to explain to y'all. Y'all losing me with the new regime logic because that don't change the expectations. That don't. It just it improves. And then you're bringing in a coach that just won a national championship, who's been to a Super Bowl. So they're not coming in with expectations to just be competitive, chat. Like, y'all gotta stop.
They're coming in with whatever they do to still be a contender. And the reason why they're still coming in with that expectation is the fact that not every single person that was in need of being let go from the big cap hits left. Khalil Mack.
I mean, I think the fact that they were able, Hellfire, the fact that they were able to convince Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa to reconstruct their contract is a good thing, but I still think they have a lot more. I'm not saying that I would still think they should still be in playoff contention, but for them to for y'all, at least from everything that we're seeing right now, we don't know how the rest of the offseason is going to go. For y'all to think that they should be able to win a playoff game with the team that they have right now, I think that is unfair.
Do they lack talent on defense?
They're not good enough on defense. They have big names.
Do you think it's because of a lack of talent?
I would say no.
Do you think it's more of a schematic thing or a lack of talent? Because if y'all are going to sit here and tell me that having Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, and you have a bad defense, either you're telling me those players are not who we think they are, or which I personally think it more was of, is that when you're with Brandon Staley and you're playing high school level defense in the NFL, it don't work with the level of talent that you have.
Well, they have big names, right? Now,
this is what I gotta say. Y'all gotta stop looking. All I'm saying, this is just I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
And I just want to say this to the chat, like, y'all gotta stop looking at just the score. But this is where you gotta start looking at the game within the game. Look at what they're doing out there. Like, if you're playing bad schematics, it really don't matter how talented or who's the player. And this is why I got to remember. This is why I say with some of you casuals in here, I got to remember football is a mental game first than it is physical, because there is 1,000 talented people that go into the NFL all the time. That's why you have a combine. You see these overly athletic freaks in the combine year in and year out.
Taylor May ran 4.27.
Come on, John Ross ran a 4.2. We didn't have one decent year in the National Football League. So what I'm saying is, when you look at Chris, you saying that you have 5 good defensive players. Okay,
yeah, that's a lot. It's only 11 people out there.
Yeah, it's a lot. If you got 5 above average to elite players on your defense, that should be enough to impact your defense. You think every single player that was playing on the 2000 Ravens was as good as Ed Reed?
Yeah, you think they was all pros? You think they had 11 all pros on their defense? No.
Stop it. You got to have a scheme. Why do you think the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, even though their wide receiver group had the most drops in football? Obviously, having Patrick Mahomes to make up for their deficiencies, but having a play caller who also supersedes their deficiencies. You look at the Chargers, bro, schematically, they were in one of the most terribly ran defenses in all of football. Not from a talent point perspective. Like, some of y'all think Asante Samuel Jr. is trash.
That's fucking nuts. Literally,
he's Jackson came over there.
J.C. Jackson was like Pro Bowl worthy. Goes to the Chargers. Look as his daddy Bill Belichick had to come rescue him. And then he goes right back.
And then we even cut him because of the financial aspect of it.
Not because of how he played. Yeah, and it's not, and that's why I'm just saying to y'all, like, y'all gotta really think about the level of just the mental part of the game, because it's not just all about who's better physically. Like, if you gotta remember, these are the best minds in football. They looking at Brandon Staley. What do you think Andy Reid really looking at Brandon Staley's defense, not licking his chops, y'all? Like, I don't care that you got Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
Do you want to know? You want to know the perfect?
They probably be laughing in the sets they come out in when they play the Chargers. Like, he's running this
in a weird way.
At this point, Brandon Staley can go coach the XFL and run that garbage.
And in a weird way, Herbert getting hurt was the perfect thing to finally get Brandon Staley out of there, because you want to know exactly what the Chargers are. Go watch that Raiders game again. The Raiders aren't. The Raiders are not. The Raiders are not the freaking Dolphins.
They're
but
not.
You would have thought the way freaking Aiden McConnell was throwing the ball that night, plus how that defense was playing, that dude was prime Tom Brady. That dude was prime Patrick Mahomes that night.
You let Aiden O'Connell get off for 300 plus on y'all.
when your offense is so bad that the guy that New England cut, when your offense is so bad that the guy that the guy that New England cut and the Raiders picked up is able to jump your screen pass and take it to the crib.
Jack Jones.
What are we talking about?
And I ain't gonna lie. You know what else random that we gotta mention? Because I'm glad you brought up Jack Jones. Jack Jones leaves the situation goes to the Raiders, he's going to be one of the best corners in football next season. And I'm not going to say top 10.
It's that Antonio Pierce attitude. Like, he really does.
Jack Jones is going to be a top 20, top 25 corner in football next season. Just because of a little coaching and a little scheme. This is why I keep saying to y'all over and over when it comes to these quarterbacks, it ain't about having a player fit into what you think. It's about making the player most successful time in and time out. You see Jack Jones in that situation. If J.C. Jackson probably was cheaper, he'd probably still be on the Patriots right now.
He probably would be still, yeah. And Gerard Mayo's
pretty sure they're going to
coaching.
re-sign him, though, because they're still talking.
They are.
Him.
Yeah, I mean, you're one of those players to that legacy.
Talking about bringing him back, maybe.
Yeah. So I know, like, I'll be looking at Brandon Staley and that Chargers team. Y'all want me? This is my whole thing, and this is what I don't like when it comes to the Chargers. Y'all are already, and this is why I said to Random when we got into that big spat is I felt like we giving this team this soft landing because of that quarterback. And we know he's good already. I don't know if we was giving Aaron Rodgers this much level of grace in year 4 of his 10-year start in that quarterback. I don't know if we giving Peyton Manning this level of grace 4 years into his career. I mean, look at how we doing these quarterbacks right now. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. Yeah, shit. Some people are even coming at Joe Burrow just because he get hurt. Like, it's so many quarterbacks who are held to a standard. I haven't heard anybody say anything good about Dak Prescott yet.
Oh, look. So the thing him and Romo, they had the narrative, they can't win playoff games. Literally, their whole careers, him and Romo. Like, I can't win playoff games. Right.
So I understand that Brandon Staley's gone now, y'all. It's no let's give him another red shirt year. And then we gotta stop. It's year 5. Is year 4, year 5?
Even with the receivers, man. Lamar Jackson won MVP with Will Snead, Hollywood, all of them dudes. So
you're gonna look back and realize how impressive that season was. I'm telling you, you're gonna look back on it.
But I'm just saying, based off the scheme, what Roman gonna do, man. Roman is not finna just put him in a situation where he's gonna have to rely on all of them boys. Like,
facts.
Like, yeah, I know he ain't got like no splash names, unless we don't even know who they're gonna draft because there's so many.
We got no idea.
No, it is like there's like 40 some receivers in this draft, bro, and they all draft worthy. I'm talking about even when you get down to Brandon Rice and Javon Baker and them boys. Literally, we looking at potentially like 4th, 5th, 6th round, bro. Where you gonna get a quality like you
Luke
really
McCaffrey,
might get a
there's gonna be another Puka situation in this draft, no doubt.
Luke McCaffrey might really come in and turn up the league, bro. Y'all playing, bro. Like, y'all keep forgetting, bro. Ed McCaffrey was a dog.
Facts. Like
they daddy was a dog at receiver.
Whole family elite athletes. Whole family.
Facts.
Mama crazy.
Mom too.
Everybody.
Like, bro. Like, so Luke coming out playing receiver. Like, I know, like at that combine, because I believe in this. You go get some athletic specimens, and the combine is where they excel. Luke is really a football player. Like, he's just a football player. And he's not gonna wow you at a combine. But when he go wow you, he always finds out how to get open in zones, and he always finds out how to beat man coverage. So, I mean, and he always catches the ball. So he is gonna. But me, man, I'm trying to tell you, if Javon Baker go over there to LA or somewhere like that, dog, watch out, bro. Like, there's so many receivers they can.
There's. I'm gonna be honest. There's a few receivers that I'm saying. I think this is the deepest class ever, and I think the crazy part is not only do I think this class has all the potential to be historic, I feel like this class, we might look back on it, and as much as I don't want to admit this, it might not be Marvin who ends up being the best guy from the class when we talk about it 10 years from now. It may not be Malik Neighbors, and it may not be Rome. You know what I'm saying? In 10 years, we could be looking at 80 Mitchell from Texas fell all the way to the bottom of the first. I don't know how, he was insane. We might be saying, shit, Lad McConkey was Cooper Kupp, the reincarnation 2.0, because he could play inside, outside, do all of these things. You know, like there's a lot of players who we looking at. Shit, we might be saying Xavier Worthy, he get teamed up with the right player. We might be seeing Tyreek Hill all over again. I'm not saying that's what he's going to be, but I'm saying the potential of this class is the potential is ridiculous. That's
going to be
Keon Coleman.
Keon gonna be really something.
Keon going to be special, bro. I'm telling y'all, Keon going to be special, bro.
By the way, put Tyreek Hill in the box. He just been getting bad news. Like, just put him in the box. Put everything going wrong for him right now. Everything. Put him.
Justin Jefferson went 22nd. Think about that.
Yeah, and he went that low.
Think about that.
He decided to go Jalen
Rager. Think about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you think about Xavier Legette, Chris Rock.
Yeah, like that's a guy that I want New England to look at day 2 if he's still available. Like
I'm telling you, there's going to be weapons out here, man.
There's 2 guys that say they want to go over there and try to help out Bryce, Keon and Xavier Worthen. I hope we can get either one of them.
Yeah, I'm getting Bryce Young all the help. If I'm the Panthers, is my heavy offensive draft.
Yep, it needs to be
heavy. Linemen, O-line, tight ends. Shit, if I could get a Blake Corum, give me Blake Corum. I'm bringing in everybody.
They need to get that. They need to get that top of Notre Dame. I ain't gonna lie.
Joe Alt.
Yeah, Joe Alt.
Joe Alt.
I wonder why Dawson's so down on him.
They got no first this year.
Bam, I'm gonna be honest with you though. That boy, Blake Corum. I know you love him running backs. That boy Blake Corum. I think he's gonna be a dog in the league.
I told you. I
don't even like really rooting for Michigan guys like that. Blake Corum is nice, bro.
Blake's gonna be nice, bro.
Put him in the right scheme, and he's gonna be. Yeah, absolutely.
Bro, he's gonna be a Charger. Watch what I tell y'all.
I'm such a Blake Corum fan. I would love for him to just be the other piece to pair up with Breece Hall, bro. Breece and Corum could be crazy, both of them together, bro.
Oh, you know who I want to see pair up with Breece? You don't want them. I want to see Jalen Wright from Tennessee pair up with Breece.
He's nice. I just feel like, Bam, I feel like we in the era now where, like, I don't want my running back playing crazy snaps that, not because I don't think he's good, but bro, I feel like
there's no point.
Use my dogs in these passing games now.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Breece, I can line him up at wide out a little bit.
Derrick Henry's the prime example. Like,
but he's the last great. He's the last great. All 3 down back though. He's the last one.
Yeah, but even then, he still got overworked.
Well, that's because you was out here. You was out here just like, we can win with Ryan Tannehill. That's what you said, that you could win with him.
Speaking of the Titans, y'all, how do y'all feel about the Tennessee? Seems like they're going all in on their young quarterback, giving them some weapons.
He said that he sees a little bit of himself in.
J-Rob, you said it. If you got somebody and you kind of believe in him, or you're just trying to figure out what you got, surround him with talent and just see what he can do with everything he got. And when you look at that, bro, that AFC South all of a sudden turned into something like Jesus Christ.
I'm worried about that boy. I'm worried about that boy Trevor Lawrence.
The AFC South is all of a sudden going to turn into me looking like a prophet when Jacksonville fails again. Like, I'm telling you,
I'm worried about that Trevor. I'm worried about Trevor, man. I don't know if he foresaw his division being this difficult in his tenure, but it is. I think it.
And part of it is because Trevor has never taken that lead. You and I have both said it. He has not flashed off our screens.
He ain't better. He
hasn't flashed off my screen since his freshman year of college.
I agree. Listen. He's already not the best quarterback in his division. That goes to Stroud.
I understand that, but Stroud did J-Rob, it's the best rookie season we've ever seen.
Hold on. Let me ask you this right now.
It's the best rookie season we've ever seen.
Based off the athleticism of Will Levis and Anthony Richardson, do they have higher ceilings than Trevor Lawrence?
Well, I don't like
AR-15 has a higher upside than Trevor. I don't know about Will.
Yeah,
I don't know about Will though. I don't know about Will.
I don't know about Will's upside, but I'm going to say this right now. Like I said, if Will and AR show out more positively than Trevor Lawrence, if I am Jacksonville, I do not accept that 5th-year option. I tell Trevor Lawrence to kick rocks.
If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm trying to go to the NFC anyway. If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I might want to hit the market and go to the NFC. Listen, the AFC is looking like an absolute wild west. And if I'm a quarterback coming into the league, I hate to say this, but I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't want to have to deal with Lamar and CJ and Pat Mahomes and all of these boys. Year in, year out, Deshaun Watson's. I'm not trying to go through that. And so if I'm Trevor Lawrence, that 5th year coming around, shit, Why can't I go to the NFC? Somebody are calling.
Ain't no
Somebody
way
need a
I'm
quarterback.
CJ Stroud, J-Rob, and I just beat Lamar Jackson. I beat Josh Allen, and then you're in the AFC Championship game of Mahomes over there like this. Like, well, come on, bro. Come on.
I think
If you make it
CJ
out,
might
if you
be
make
the
it out the
next chosen
AFC,
one, though.
if you make it out the AFC, Jesus Christ, man. Because it's
I
crazy.
think CJ might be the next chosen one. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see.
Is this
Go ahead, Bam. You muted him.
I was just saying random. At the end of the day, I feel where everybody's saying, and I ain't trying to be nasty, but at the end of the day, Josh Allen and Lamar Bartholomew Jackson, them niggas got to figure out a way to beat Mahomes.
They do.
I'm getting sick of this narrative of,
They
man,
do.
but y'all go up against Mahomes and it's okay, bro.
Y'all gotta figure it. They gotta crack the code. Yeah, they got.
there's nothing else you can say.
What made me mad, J-Rob, random, Hellfire, really what pissed me off was this year. This
was the year.
If this was not a year, I get it. He's great. He can throw the ball leaning. He can be leaning to the right and flicking 80 yards. So I feel it, bro. He got genjutsu. He can summon Exodia. All of that. I feel that. Had a receiver core with the most drops in the league, youngest receiving core in the league, I believe, right? As receiver 1, arguably as a receiver 2, Rashee Rice.
Rashee may be a 3 at his worst.
On top of this, we saw against the Ravens, they did everything in their power to take Kelsey away from him, and he still figures out a way to get Kelsey the ball. Like, I just can't. I'm not buying. Y'all got to figure out how to get it done.
No, I mean, clearly anybody who wants to know how Mahomes did, just go watch me during the entire playoff run. I was playing against Mahomes any chance because it just made sense, conventional sense. Bills in your crib, night game,
Brady vibes. I already knew Mahomes gave me the Brady energy. Like, I already know it's game time. I'm not betting against him no more. It's wasting my time.
That's it. I'm the same way. The fact that the only person who can legitimately beat Mahomes is Brady, and he's not coming back.
He's not coming
back. Josh,
he's
not coming back to help you.
He's not walking through them doors, bro. No. He's not coming through them doors. Brady is not coming through them doors. And y'all got to remember, Brady got this man when he didn't really have it fully figured out yet. Just playing off the 2018,
that Patriots team was voodoo.
No. Brady did. Listen, great players do what great players do. Brady's one of the he's
say it.
He's the second best.
No, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
The second best player.
Say it, J-Rob. Your mind told you what you wanted to say. Say it, J-Rob.
The second best player all time.
No,
Yo, bro, you got to understand, now that I've had the opportunity to see both players, I'm watching both of these legacies. I see him firsthand. I can't say I'm done with no timelines. I see it both. Yo, take that ugly ass G off your chest, bro. Get that ugly ass G out of here, bro. You always do this shit. How do you, every time we see you, we got to deal with this shit every single time?
Hey, what they call that boy? Hey, they call that boy Mr. Back to Back. Hey, you still supposed to be talking with your back turned, back to back, man. Back to back, man.
Hey, y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
what's good, Zay?
What's up, J-Rob? What's up, man? I be wearing backwards jerseys and all that, bro.
Yeah, you got to.
So you going back to the chip or what, man? Y'all going back to the chip or what, man?
Hey, man, it's gonna be tough, J-Rob. It's gonna be tough, boy. It's gonna be tough. I don't know, bro. It's gonna be tough. We got a tough schedule, boy.
Facts.
Yeah, boy. We gotta play everybody.
Well, they've been gone. What do you?
I mean, I'm really lucky y'all not in that Big Ten. You know that Big Ten, that real monster.
Oh Lord.
That Big Ten football is that real monster right now, man. Come to the Big Ten where
you know what? Clemson and Florida
and
State will be coming that way too, J-Rob.
And it's cold up there. It's cold up in that Big Ten.
That's
Come
good.
play with them monsters.
Them plumbers.
Yeah, Clemson and Florida State might be joining.
Yeah, I think Clemson is coming to the Big Ten. I think Clemson's pulling.
Yeah, I guess Clemson joined Florida State filing a suit against the ACC today.
Yeah, I think they both going. I think Florida State and Clemson going to try to come to the Big Ten.
Hey, the ACC said, boy, Florida State in a 360 deal. They said, oh, you want to get an ACC? Half a billy.
Nah, they did have them in a 360 deal. I said, no way did y'all ask for a $500 million to lead a conference.
$500 million, bro, with a straight face too.
Straight face.
Said, oh, you want to get up ACC?
half a million.
Half a
billion.
Now walk away. Now walk away.
Hit a price and walk away. Hey, Zay, how about your Falcons, man? How you feeling about Kirk?
I want a Justin Field, bro. I don't care what nobody say. I want a Justin Field. I don't want Kirk Cousins, bro. Go ahead.
It's crazy how many people like this Kirk move. When we saw, the only thing we was worried about was like how much, because the first thing when they said that was like, how much they paying him. And I said, the fact that they didn't tell us the money right away, J-Rob, said all I needed to say. Because they know they overpaying this man off of Achilles. And I understand Riddell was going to love everything that Kirk Cousins does. He just loves him. But, like, ain't no way. You're talking about a dude he lost to Daniel Jones in the playoff game, bro. What are we talking about? He got outplayed by Daniel Jones.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
He got outplayed.
This is why I be saying they be so disingenuous, random. How many quarterbacks in football, no matter what they O-line look like, defense look like, can lose to Daniel Jones in a playoff game and get off scot-free? How many quarterbacks can do that? How many? How many quarterbacks are losing to Daniel Jones in a playoff game and getting off scot-free? Let that have been Lamar Jackson. Let that have been Justin Herbert. Let that have been Dak Prescott. Nobody
Riddell would have started live himself. If it was Herbert, J-Rob, if it was Herbert, Riddell would have started the live his goddamn self on this channel.
Yeah, he would have. Yep.
And that's why I'm sitting there like, off an Achilles is crazy. That's what I was like. If I'm Kirk, I'm staying in Minnesota because they know me the best. I'm already placed where I'm training, whatever. I don't care for my girl. I can fly. I'm making money. I can take a PJ to Atlanta. We chilling. But first of all, this might be the most crazy offseason for Atlanta anyway, because they said no to Bill Belichick. I understand Bill Belichick was going to bring his crib, his friends with him. So I get why you did that. And also saying no to Lamar Jackson the offseason before that. These 2 years may be the most consequential part of this franchise's history.
Is Arthur Blank still the owner?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. He's still there.
I actually liked him. I didn't think he was that ignorant.
I
actually did like Arthur Blank. I did. I didn't think he was that ignorant, bro.
And also,
I didn't know he was that ignorant.
I did.
No, and also when it comes to Atlanta and Justin Fields, Justin was the one that said no.
What?
Justin didn't want to go to Atlanta.
Well, but by the time they asked Justin, Kirk Cousins signed. Why would Justin want to go there?
Yeah, we ain't sitting under that.
Why would? He's never going to play. He's never going to play unless Kirk Cousins cracks out.
I might go as far as to say Kirk Cousins might be the most.
Oh, we lost him
in the NFL by far.
Say that again, J-Rob.
I think Kirk Cousins is by far, from what I've seen, the most protected quarterback in the game.
Oh, hands down.
He just Dak Prescott with way better PR. J-Rob.
Hands down, bro.
He just Dak Prescott with way better PR.
Hands down.
Daniel Jones, too.
Facts.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if Daniel Jones can be that protected anymore, especially if they get McCarthy.
I straight up told Trent, I'm like, he's just not good. He's just not good. Y'all pulled a Trubisky for real. He's just not good. And we argued about it. But
never forget. When it comes
That's
to
not protected at all.
When it comes to quarterbacks being expendable, never forget we wanted to get Davis Mills in day 3. That was how expendable that man felt about the quarterback position.
Hey, y'all boys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep.
But AD Mitchell transferred to Texas. Why you still got him as he's not a Bulldog. He went to Texas, bro.
that ain't who you talking about? That Ringo right there, bro.
That ain't. Oh yeah, that is Ringo. That's not AD. I thought that was AD.
So,
AD, Georgia Bulldog, bro. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that, J-Rob.
Oh, he pulling that Bama. He pulling that Bama, huh?
So I can claim Joe. So Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow's a Ohio State Buckeye.
No, nigga.
You get him.
Bama.
Joe has an Ohio State degree.
He literally got knocked unconscious versus UCF in the LSU uniform.
Yo, Joe
sent him
Burrow
to
has
the
an
gulag.
Ohio State degree. I'm gonna let sure everybody knows that.
Nah,
He has a
man, you
Buckeye
still claiming
degree,
Jalen Hurts, Bama? What we
Because he
talking
only
about?
played 1 year.
Yeah, I claim
Jalen
Justin
Hurts.
Fields too.
Don't claim
Jalen
Jalen
Hurts
Hurts.
still claim Alabama. I'm not finna
Oh,
say he's
that
not
was
an
Jalen Hurts
Alabama.
Yeah,
claim
he
Alabama.
do though.
That was Nick Saban.
AD Mitchell claimed
But
both of us,
seriously
bro.
though, Jalen was like Nick Saban's adoptive son. Like I don't think y'all understand, bro.
Nah, facts.
That was
Yeah.
Nick Saban kind of felt like the team probably turned on him when they said they wanted to go with
Tua.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you win a national championship, and
Yeah, you win a natty with him. Yeah,
like I
Two,
don't.
you win the national championship, but I know as Nick Saban, just from experience of me being a coach, you kind of want to win it with the guy you feel like is your guy, though.
Yeah,
I got you,
agree.
but also
Even
Bama,
if Tua is the better
Bama.
option, Tua was the better option. He did make the offense look more potent. We never seen an offense like that at Alabama ever. Once he got that quarterback, but I do feel where Nick Saban was coming from because Nick Saban said,
I wish I would have kept him on the bench, man.
They started him too early. Hurts was supposed to play probably his sophomore or junior year, but due to our quarterbacks being so buns and no, the one we did have, he was actually good though. Blake Barnett, he caught a concussion.
Yeah, he supposed to be good, bro.
That white boy from he was from like St. John Bosco. He was nice.
Barnett was he was wasn't he
went 11-1 down there at South Florida. He balled out down there.
But he was 11. But remember, he was like a top 5 quarterback coming out of high school.
Yeah, he was.
When he went to Bama,
I remember Blake.
He got a severe concussion though, bro, and that's what ended his career short, bro. And then after that, that's when Jalen Hurts caught a little momentum one freshman year and all of that. So you know how that goes. For is trying to win.
But Bama, I wish y'all could have kept Tua on the bench, bro, just for a couple more minutes.
Tua was gonna leave though. Tua and his parents already was gonna leave. So
he said, "God damn it!"
No, I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Bama. I said I wish I would have kept him. 2017.
You talking about that touchdown throw?
Yes, I wish I would have kept this little nigga on the bench, bro.
Happy February 22nd, baby. Let's go, Phil.
Yeah, that was crazy. I still say that was still one of the craziest endings to a national championship.
Bro, did y'all hear what he told?
They put the freshman in the game.
Did y'all hear what he told Nick Saban after that? He said the reason why he took that sack, he needed more room.
So he need more room to throw the
Nick
damn
Saban
ball.
literally looked at him, stopped laughing, and said, "That's not funny." Like, that is crazy to hear your freshman tell you that after completing that pass. Like he literally,
and when he won,
he wasn't joking about that. He dead ass.
When he won, bro, he didn't really affect them at all. It's just like he been there before.
Quarterbacks are master manipulators, bro. They know what they be doing. I'm letting y'all know now from the inside. Like a quarterback may say they did something by accident or they saw something. They know what they be doing sometimes. Like because quarterbacks know that they have a legitimate hand on the game. Absolute manipulation, bro. Like they could go in there, call a different play, go to the huddle and say, "I just got the play. I got it wrong in my ear. I might have said it wrong." Knowing damn well they went in that huddle and called a completely different play because they did not like the call.
No, he suffered a concussion versus USC, and then he suffered another one in practice that cut his shit short. They were supposed to rotate him back in, but he got hurt. He got a concussion. It never really shook off.
Yeah, but hey, we got there's the from the logo is next on the show. So before we go out, anybody want to say anything before we go? We got a good show tomorrow on the press box. Make sure y'all pull up. We'll have a full stacked roster as always.
Make sure y'all pull up to the BSS tonight. We're doing the best anime swordsman bracket in honor of March Madness. J-Rob, we're gonna set the seeds up and everything.
Nami is number one. Nigga.
Yeah. So I got all the contenders together. We're gonna set the seeds up and then we're gonna run it through. Also, if we got time, we're talking the best one season anime out there as well. And make sure y'all pull up. We had anime for J-Rob's Mr. Beast last week. So make sure y'all pull up and check that one out where we drafted.
Facts. Anime Uproar was on Player's Choice. Make sure y'all go check that out. That was really a real legend in the game. I've been watching Anime Uproar since I was in like the 8th grade, bro. It was crazy to see him.
Y'all don't know about One Piece. Like, y'all don't know about One Piece and shit, man. Y'all don't know about that.
What are you talking about?
Come on. We know more. Come on.
1,000 episodes of mid.
You're gonna get Miles up here and Ty gonna start preaching a sermon again.
Yeah.
Hey, Lonnie hasn't been the same since that Lonnie hasn't been the same since that Dragon Ball lecture Ty put on a couple weeks ago.
Facts.
The Black Sensei Society pull up. Make sure y'all pull up. We're doing it at 9 o'clock Eastern time today.
9
Make sure y'all
o'clock
tap
Eastern,
in.
y'all.
Tap in. We're gonna have damn near a full house. Riddell ain't gonna be there, but we're gonna hold it down for him this.
I'm gonna watch that, and if Yami is not in the top 10, I'm reporting.
Man. Hey, it's just how the panel talks about it.
I'm gonna make sure Yami gets his love though.
He gonna get his love for real.
Yami is an elite swordsman. I agree with that.
Hey, get what though, y'all? Let me say this.
And he be on them biddies too. They be on him, bro. They be on it.
They be on him, bro.
Hey, J-Rod, we just waiting on Shador, man. So don't worry about it. We just waiting on
Yeah, Shador to Atlanta would be fire. I would love that.
It really a 2-year deal, though. It really a 2-year deal.
I'm going to
say Shador gonna be a Patriot, though. He's gonna be a Patriot.
He'll be a Patriot.
To another Falcons fan, I have Atlanta winning the division this year as long as they draft accordingly.
I'm taking the Buccaneers, man.
Yeah, they got to beat the Bucs.
You gonna take Baker Mayfield?
Yes.
Bro, because I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm going against the grain, bro. I'm going against what I've seen. I seen Kirk Cousins not do shit except win one playoff game for his career. And so I'm not having this unwavering strength that you sheep have.
Baker Mayfield was balling.
I'm going to go rock with Baker.
Balling until
I'm going to go rock with Butter Mayfield, man.
Go ahead then. Go ahead. They ride with him in 2017.
My thing is, if they're going to get Shador, they're going to me, the last thing I was going to say was they're going to have to trade up. And
100%.
It's going to cost them some assets.
Hey, we finna get that boy Turner out of Alabama, man. Get that linebacker.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I told you Baker was going to get that money,
But now, Kirk Cousins, I got to deal with him now, so he can't get that ball out of there. He can't get that ball out of there, though. He throw it deep. That's what we need, baby. I mean,
just know. If the game is past 5:30, you're probably losing it.
Give me Baker Mayfield, man. Give me Baker.
Hey, J-Rod, stop that, bro.
Give me Baker